Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So Farrah Abraham, she is moving out of California and she is claiming that she lost function of the upper right side of her body due to her arrest, or what she calls an attack. Now, TMZ caught up with her over the weekend. She was standing outside of her house next to a moving truck, and there were men moving her things into the moving truck. They did a quick little interview with her. We're going to watch the interview, and I'm going to have to stop it every few seconds to kind of commentate on it, because if not, TMZ, they're really bad about claiming when you use one of their videos. So I'm going to stop it, give my thoughts in the video. But before we play the video, I have to give you guys a trigger warning that mentions of suicidal thoughts are in this video. So just be prepared for that. Farrah gets upset. She's crying. She talks about suicidal thoughts. So, prepare yourself, or if you want to click out of this video and catch the next one, that is fine. Also, I want to give the story of what the nightclub has alleged took place. That way we can at least kind of understand their side when we hear her side. So the nightclub, they have security guards inside, obviously. The one that Farrah first initially assaulted is a female security guard, and the one that did the citizen's arrest is a male security guard. Both of them work inside the nightclub, from my understanding. So what they are saying took place is Farrah was inside the nightclub. She had been drinking a little bit. At one point, she hit the female security guard. When that happened, they asked her to leave. They just asked her to leave the club. She refused. She got irate. She began yelling. So the male security guard went to remove her from the nightclub, still yelling. And he told her, "You just hit someone. You can't be in here. Like, you have to leave. You just hit someone." At which she denied hitting the other security guard. At some point, she allegedly hit the male security guard and even attempted to bite him on his arm. So once they got her outside, he decided to perform a citizen's arrest, to wait for the police to get there, to arrest her for assault, because at this point she had battered two people, both security guards. First being the female security guard, and then second being the guy who had to remove her from the nightclub. So that's their story. As he was trying to perform the citizen's arrest, keeping her there until the police could get there, she, was yelling things like, the reason people don't like prisons is because harassers like you. She was flopping around. I watched the video, and there were times where he was like, I'm going to let you up, but you have to behave. And she would flop around, so he would kind of put a little bit more pressure on her. Watching someone being held down by the police is difficult. You have to ask yourself, is this necessary? Was this necessary for them to hold her down like this? And considering that I have been falsely arrested in the past, and there was extreme force used, guns were pulled on me, immediately cuffed, put down on the ground, I sympathize with watching that. But I also know in my case, I was so compliant, nobody would have ever had to put any weight on me. They put me on the ground. I was put on the ground, but I sat there. I was like, okay, I'll sit here if you guys need me to. She wasn't trying to sit on the ground. She wasn't trying to wait there once they got her outside. She was just fighting, or even inside. She was fighting. She was saying nasty things, all alleged, according to them. So from my understanding, she hit the security guard. She was asked to leave. So maybe that security guard didn't think to really call the police, or wasn't planning on pressing charges. But once she continued to behave that way, also struck the other security guard and attempted to bite him. I guess that's when he made the decision, like, no, we're calling the police. We're just going to call the police. So he needed to keep her there so the police could arrive. And as trying to keep her there, she continued to be irate, wasn't trying to cooperate. I feel like when you're getting arrested, cooperate. Maybe that's the easiest way to make sure you're not held down. So I don't know. I'm so conflicted by this, because seeing someone held down is difficult. It's tough. And I don't question that it traumatized her. I do believe that this traumatized Farrah. But I also am like, well, girl, you should not have been putting your hands on people. And when they said, look, I'm performing a citizen's arrest and we're just going to wait for the police, you should have just said, okay, well, then that's what we're going to do. I didn't hit anybody, because Farrah's story is she did not hit anybody. So if you know that, if you're like, I did not hit anybody, I'm hoping to God they got cameras inside of this place so we can prove my innocence. But yeah, we'll stay here. We'll stick it out. I'll stay here and I'll talk to the police and I'll tell them I did not hit anybody, and they will see that I'm being cooperative and that, you know, I'm not going to be an issue. But she didn't do that. She was very, just so resistant, yelling, saying nasty things to people. So I don't know. I'm kind of struggled with the way that I feel about it, especially watching this video where Farrah definitely seems to be traumatized. It makes me wonder, because she definitely was under the influence of something that night. The videos that we all saw, she was slurring her words. She wasn't really making much sense. So it definitely seems that she was under the influence of something. She does not believe she hit the security guard. Either she doesn't remember or she's just flat out lying. If she doesn't remember, that means she was inebriated to the point to where it was affecting her memory. Or, you know, I guess it's possible that maybe she had taken something that is kind of like, will mess with your memory. Like, from my understanding, Xanax will cause you to forget things. So maybe if she was drinking, I'm not saying that she did, but I'm just kind of exploring the options of what can make someone forget the fact that they had just struck someone. So also, I do have to say that the female security guard that Farrah struck posted a picture of her face showing that she has a bruised eye, a black eye. You know, when she said, like, I was just doing my job and she hit me. So Farrah saying it didn't happen. She's saying that it did, and she also showed that she has a black eye. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to watch this clip. It's just a couple minutes long, but I'm going to have to stop it to make sure TMZ does not claim the video. So let's go ahead and let's take a listen, you guys. Also, like I said, trigger warning, mentions of suicidal thoughts are in this video.
Farrah.
What's going on? I'm man watching the truck right now, since I can't physically, like, I lost dysfunction in my upper right side of my body, so.
Okay, so we're going to stop it right there. As you guys can see, she's like outside of her home, and there's the U-Haul truck. Guys have been moving everything, but it definitely seems like she was willing to do the interview, you know. How did this TMZ reporter know that Farrah would be outside of her house moving that day, or where he could even talk to her? Maybe this was something that she had planned, like, let me call them, let them know that I'm going to be moving so I can do a little quick interview, say how I feel. So this could be put out there. That's what I'm wondering when I first saw this. I'm like, how did he know that she was going to be out there that day? Are reporters really just hanging out around Farrah's house? Or did she call them and tell them? So that was my first thought. Also, she said that she was watching the truck, watching them move, because she cannot physically help. Because she said she lost dysfunction in the right side of her body. That is what she said. She said she lost dysfunction. I think she meant she lost complete function or just function in general, but she said she lost dysfunction. Let's go ahead and listen to some more.
You did?
Yeah, I was recently kind of actually attacked and illegally cuffed to some guy.
I saw.
And I'm trying to stay positive about it because I was really suicidal this week, but.
Okay, stop it again. She said she was illegally cuffed to some guy. I don't think the guy cuffed her to him. I just think he cuffed her. And then she mentions this past week has been particularly hard for her, and she's been in a dark place, which is very sad to hear. Even with everything surrounding Farrah, as much as I like talk about her and I kind of give her crap for like some of the things that she does, to hear that anyone is in a dark place having those types of thoughts is really upsetting. So it does make me feel bad. It really does make me feel bad. If she's really been to that point to where she's had those types of thoughts, that is very sad.
It's just sad, like, losing function. You know, I'm gonna cry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
This tells me right here, like, you know, Farrah May can lie and say she don't remember hitting the woman, or that she didn't hit the woman. Either she don't remember or she's lying. So she can lie, say say that's what's happening here. She's lying to say that she didn't hit the woman. But I don't think Farrah is a good enough actress to pull this off. Like the way she just went into crying as she was trying to talk. I feel like that's genuine. And I feel like it really comes from a place of like trauma. So this is really making me feel bad for Farrah.
All right.
I've just had such a hard time dealing with it.
It'll be all right.
And there's her dad. There's Michael. He's probably been there like since the day that it happened.
You say you've suffered physically and mentally since the incident?
Well, I do fear like security would do that again when I go out. So like, I'm just trying to like, I've been working so hard on myself this past 2 weeks since the incident.
I wonder what makes her think that security would do it. You know, was it a thing with security? This was 2 people in security. But I don't know. Like I said, I do feel like the crying here is genuine, though. I don't feel like Farrah is that good of an actress that she could fake those tears and the way that her voice is almost trembling. Let's go ahead and let's listen to some more.
So you've been in a dark place since then?
It's just really hard. I guess it's like defamation when someone says you touched them and I was actually attacked. And
Okay. So and we do know that her attorney has said that they are looking at their options to file a lawsuit for defamation because Farrah's story is that she did not hit this woman and this woman lied on her. Even though the woman showed proof that she had a black eye, I'm really just wondering here if they have cameras in that club. If they have cameras, hopefully this could all solve that and we would know she didn't hit her or she absolutely did hit her and it's on the cameras and there you have it. But Farrah's team is talking about a lawsuit. But if there's some proof that she hit the woman, witnesses, cameras, then that lawsuit goes out the window. And Farrah saying, you know, it's defamation when you say someone did something that they didn't do. Well, then in the same sense, it could be defamation for the female security guard, you know, because the female security guard is saying she hit me and Farrah saying I didn't hit her, she's lying. So it could be defamation on Farrah for lying on the security guard, making her out to be a liar. Let's listen to some more.
It's just scary. It's scary to be a woman in that position. I was grateful for the police coming. I'm really working hard and just staying positive and getting through work.
So she says she's grateful that the police came, which they were called, and she was told, we're calling the police. I'm performing a citizen's arrest. We're calling the police. And she still acted out until they got there. Literally, even being escorted by the police to get into the back of the cruiser. She was like yelling stuff at the guards. But I don't know. I guess maybe once she got inside the cruiser, maybe they took the cuffs off. I don't know. But obviously they treated her a little bit better than the security guards. So she says she's grateful that they showed up, even though she was charged with battery.
Right.
I was supposed to travel and like do comedy this year. And it's just like I'm scared of people right now.
Okay, I feel that 1,000%. One thing, travel, she does that a lot. Comedy, this is the first time I'm hearing that Farrah was supposed to do comedy, but she does have a podcast with Gabby Hanna. So I'm wondering about what's going to happen if Farrah moves out of California. I'm going to link this in the description box below. So if you guys do want to go watch it without the constant, stopping and thoughts, you guys can do that. And if it wasn't for the fact that I know TMZ is going to put a claim on my video, I wouldn't even do this. I would just say all my thoughts afterwards, but I know how they are. But it definitely makes me wonder if she's moving out of California. I think Gabby Hanna lives in California. That's probably where they were doing the podcast, somewhere in California. So how is that going to continue? Also saying that she's scared to be around people. I sympathize with her there. And after my arrest, and even to this day, I'm terrified of the police. If I see a cop get behind me, I'm pulling over. It's just something when you have that type of traumatic experience, you're definitely scared. So I definitely feel like Farrah, in her mind, thinks that she is innocent of everything. I think Farrah, for some reason, and maybe, I don't know, maybe she didn't. Maybe she didn't hit the security guard and the security guard gave herself a black eye. I don't know, but Farrah definitely seems to feel like she is innocent in everything in this.
What was the incident that, provoked the security to get so heavy-handed?
I was literally waiting on my friend who had to call the police from me being attacked upstairs at their bar, and I waited downstairs away from everyone. They never called the police about the woman attacking myself and my friend who I was out with. I was with 2 other people and no one else went to jail but me.
Okay, so he's like, how did this get started? Like, what took place? And she says that the security guard attacked her, and she said a friend as well. So she went downstairs to wait for her friend to call the cops about being attacked, but the cops never came over her being attacked. They ended up coming after she acted the way that she acted and had to be placed under citizen's arrest. But from my understanding, when her friend called, and that's what she was waiting on, for the friend to call the cops and say, hey, I'm here with Farrah Abraham, and she was just attacked by a security guard, for the, the cops to come to deal with that. And that's Farrah's story that I'm guessing. She says the security guard attacked her in some way.
So you were just minding your own business, and then someone attacked you, and then the security got you.
Hearsay is not the law. You can say someone did something. Where's the proof?
That's confusing me right there, because he's like, okay, so you were doing nothing and the security guard attacked you? Is that what you're telling me? And rather than her saying, yeah, I was eating with my friends or dancing with my friends, and this woman came up to me, said XYZ, shoved me, and that's where it started, she just says hearsay is not the law. Meaning, well, what you heard I did, which was punch her first, that's not the law, and you have to have proof anyways. So that just makes me think that she did do it, but she's saying, where's the proof? You got to have the proof. So she's just kind of washing that out because nobody has solid proof that she threw the first punch. Like, well, hearsay is not the law. But he's like, no, what started it? You're just sitting there and all of a sudden this security guard attacked you? I feel like her answer should have been like, yeah, if that's what happened. But I don't know. I don't think that's what happened. Let's go ahead and let's listen to some more.
She stood with a mask on and her glasses untouched.
And she claimed that you had slapped her even though you hadn't.
Clearly.
Right.
And that is disheartening for me. That is sad.
And the security took her word for it and then grabbed you and then were really...
Yes, but you can't illegally cuff someone.
Right.
No, you're not supposed to illegally cuff someone. No. You can legally cuff someone, which is what the guy was doing, because he was performing a citizen's arrest, which is legal. So he didn't illegally cuff her, right? He didn't illegally cuff her. He said, I'm performing a citizen's arrest. Well, you have the right to remain silent. What do you got to say? I don't know how you do that exactly, but that's what he said he was doing, and he cuffed her. So I feel like that's a legal cuffing of someone.
And then basically break their arm, tear everything, and it is severe. And I hope I don't have to get neck surgery and a shoulder surgery. And
I don't think her arm is broken. I'm not seeing that anywhere. She's not wearing a cast, but I'm willing to bet, I guarantee you she's got some pulled muscles, because I watched the video and she had her hands behind her back and she just kept moving and moving and moving. So I'm sure she's sore. Maybe some pulled muscles, but I haven't seen anything about it being broken or anything like that. And if nothing's broken, then I don't know why she would need surgery, right?
I'm working really hard on my physical therapy.
So you're moving out of state, though, it's fair to say?
Sadly.
Sadly out of state.
I think I need that, though.
And do you think that wherever you go, people will be better to you? And
I have never had, in the entirety of me moving all over, which I love to move, I love to travel, my dad knows, I have never had it ever happen in any other state, any other country. It's only been in Los Angeles.
Okay, so there you have it, you guys. That is her little interview, basically saying that she's moving out of California and that she's lost all function on the right side of her body after the attack. She says that her story is her and her friends doing nothing, and the security guard attacked her. Her friend tried to call the cops, and the cops never came for that, but she was placed under a citizen's arrest, told that she struck someone, and then while waiting for the cops to get there, she was attacked. She makes claims of breaking bones and all kind of injuries that I haven't seen any proof of that she really has injuries that serious where she has to have surgery. She says that she has been in physical therapy, or she says that she's in physical therapy right now, and she is moving out of California. Farrah did not reveal where she will be moving to next. However, it could be possible that she's moving back to Austin because that's where her father, Michael, currently lives. And she used to live there as well during her time on Teen Mom OG. I definitely feel like Farrah's traumatized. Whether or not she started this, whether or not she threw the first lick, I feel like she's traumatized from what took place that night. And right now, she's probably going to need the support of someone like her dad. So moving to be closer to her dad, you know, could probably be the best thing. You know, I always give her a lot of heck, like, oh, her dad's an enabler and he never tells her when she did something wrong. And even in this instance, if she hit the security guard first, and even the way that she was acting outside, the yelling, the screaming, just not complying was inappropriate. She's an adult. She should behave better than that. But still, what she went through, I definitely think she's traumatized. So you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think after watching that? Does it make you sympathize with Farrah at all? Or are you still like, nope, it doesn't matter. That's the way you acted. You hit someone. So whatever happens to you, happens to you. And if you're traumatized now because of it, I don't care. You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button down below, because I'm trying to get my channel to 50K. So please hit that button down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.